Bonjour folks, hello, Lakey Bloke here, how are you? You alright? Yes, you're alright. It's Tuesday today, and happy Homebrew Wednesday, by the way. Now, as you know, last weekend I had barbecue birthday type stuff, and I got quite a bit. Got some brewing stuff and some sweeties and stuff. I did alright actually. I got a Wilko's Golden Ale kit, so if any of you have got any ideas what to do with that, that's all good. Let me know. Any sort of additions and things. What else have I got over here? I've got a light golden lager. Now I might put two of these in because I've got two of these. Actually I've got three of these, so I might just do one on its own with some maltodextrin and some sugar and some DME, and the other one I'm going to put two of these in, I think. So it's all good. I've got loads of stuff. I've got two cervezas, which I love cervezas. So I've just put a cerveza on now, a Cooper cerveza, with just the maltodextrin and sugar additions, and that's going to be about 4%. But that's fine. I don't mind the light lagers. I quite like the Cooper's Mexican cerveza. It's quite nice. I could have put two of those in, but I wouldn't have had as many beers then, would I? So I've not done that this time round. But certainly for the cheaper kits, the Wilko kits, I think two of these in one go will be quite a nice flavoursome lager. So what else has been going on? Not much really. I had my birthday and stuff. I went to the job centre yesterday, and that's always good fun, and I had to go because I had to speak to someone about transferable skills and things, right? And the job centre wants me to go on a course on how to do basically on how to do interviews and stuff. Now, whenever I've had interviews, folks, I've always got through to the last two, and the reason I've not got the job is usually because person B, who's got the job, has got slightly more skills than I have in other areas. So if, for example, I go for a job as a backup engineer, which is what I was doing, the person who got the job has got the backup engineer skills plus a little bit of, say, cloud computing or a little bit of networking, that kind of thing, yeah? So it's never been down to the fact that I've not been good in interviews. It's really been down to the fact that they've found somebody else who's got more skills than I have. Now the problem I've got, of course, at the moment is, first of all, there's no jobs out there with my skills. That's the main issue. And secondly, if I don't go on this bloody course they're sending me on, they're going to stop paying me. Now I'm only going to be paid up till September anyway. But I'm just frustrated because they don't seem to be listening, you know. I can say to them, look, getting past the interview process is not a problem. It's getting the interview that's the problem at the moment, and I need to think about what else I'm going to do. But they don't seem to want to help me do that. So yeah, I'm in this frustrating place at the moment where they just don't seem to be listening, and I just get the feeling that I'm a tick in the box, you know. They've got a long list of things that they want you to do. Have you done this? Tick in the box. Have you done that? Tick in the box. And I've ticked all the boxes apart from going on this sodding course. So it looks like I'm going to have to go on that just to say, you know, that I've been on it. And it's like 3 days of just doing interviews and things. And you know, maybe that'll help when I do get an interview. I don't know, but I'm just frustrated by it all because I've been doing this for a long time now, and I'm not stupid. I might look stupid, but I'm not a stupid person, right? Yeah. So I just thought I'd get that off my chest because it bugged me yesterday. And the bloke I was talking to, we had a good old chat about it. This is a fellow who, you know, is from the college. It's not his fault, it's just he was asked to come in and talk to me about it. So I was chatting to him about it, and he's agreeing with me. He's going, yeah, I agree, this probably won't be much benefit to you. So I'm like, so why am I doing it then? And he's going, well, because they want you to go on it. So now I'm saying, well, Can't you just tell them that this is a waste of time, at my time and your time? And, oh, I just feel like stop going up there. You know, I just feel like I'm just not doing it anymore. That's this week's rant over, folks. I haven't really got much else going on. It's going to be a quick one this week. I haven't really got any brewing going. What I was going to do, someone asked me in one of the other videos, was to do a video from beginning to end on a turbo cider. You know, getting the yeast, growing it up on a stir plate, preparing a turbo style cider from beginning to end, and then doing a taste test. Now, I started doing that, and I had a little bit at the beginning of the video of me growing up some yeast on a stir plate, but to be honest with you, I got past the point where I was growing this yeast up on a stir plate, and it was going to be quite a big starter. And I was looking at it and I thought, well, rather than just do a video on how to grow up a bit of yeast on a stir plate, because it's not difficult, yeah, I might as well just grow up some yeast because I was running out. So that's what I did. So I recorded a little bit of me growing some yeast up, and then I deleted it afterwards because I was running out of cider yeast, and I just kept the yeast and put it in the fridge for later on. So at some point I am going to do a video beginning to end. I'll just grab a little bottle of the yeast out of the fridge, we'll stick it on, we'll do a little starter, probably a litre starter, something like that, a litre of apple juice, and we'll leave it in there for 24 hours, and then we'll do a demijohn's worth of apple juice, and we'll come back and taste it later on. Now, it's not that difficult, folks, it really isn't, and I keep saying to the guys on the turbo cider group, whenever you start doing your turbo ciders, keep the strength of the turbo cider down. Don't go mental, don't do yourself a 10% cider, because all that's going to happen is you're going to taste this 10% cider and you're going to think, well, that's disgusting, I don't like that at all. And you're going to stop doing it, and it's going to put you off. And you're going to put all sorts of shit in there, you're going to put mixed fruit in there, you're going to put berries in there, you're going to put, you know, elderflowers in there or whatever as your first attempt, and it's all going to go wrong and it's all going to taste like crap. So you need to get your base right first of all, and that's the key really, is getting the base right. And in my opinion, the best way to get your base right is to just use apple juice and no added sugar. Because when you get that right, with no extra additions, you know, like when I say additions, I mean, you know, like fruit or flowers or raisins or anything else you want to chuck in there, yeah? You don't have to put tannin in there. You don't have to. If you use the right yeast, you don't need to do that. You don't need to put citric acid in there or malic acid in there. Again, if you use the right yeast, you don't need to do that. So, take that as you will. Buy some liquid yeast. Yeah. Tell you what, go and buy a liquid yeast, and then come back and tell me it's not better than the dry yeast, and I'll go, okay, you were right and I'm wrong. But I'm telling you now, folks, right? If you get the WLP 775, you don't need any extra additional shit. Just some juice, some yeast, and it tastes beautiful. Now I know, because I had a barbecue on Saturday, and everybody drank all my cider, and it's all gone. And everyone was telling me how lovely it was afterwards, because it kept some of the sweetness in there. And this was all done to the yeast. I didn't do anything clever. It was just juice and yeast. And you know, they went away thinking I was a master brewer or something, and that's not the case. I just threw some yeast into a bucket with some apple juice. That's all I did. But if you use the right yeast, folks, it injects the apple flavour into the juice, and it keeps it from getting that acid thing going on in the turbo cider. It gets rid of that. You don't get any of that sort of sharpness that you get with a normal turbo cider. So it's all down to the yeast, folks. And I suppose that, you know, that has to be the same with other yeasts as well. Now, some dry yeasts are really good, particularly when it comes to beer. You know, the USO5. I think I've said this before as well. Now, a lot of people just use USO5 in absolutely everything, or Safale SO4 for the English ales. if you're doing a sort of an American pale ale kind of thing, safe ale, US 05, stick it in all of your kits, chuck away the yeasts and use that. Now I haven't done that with the Cerveza this time around, I just couldn't be bothered, and I got so annoyed when I come back from the job centre yesterday. I wanted to chuck that Cerveza together, and I just, you know, cleaned everything up, and I got quite angry, and I just threw the Cerveza, tin of Cerveza in with the maltodextrin and the sugar, stirred it up, chucked some water in, put the yeast on the top, and I stuck it in the cupboard out of the way, because I just wanted to get it done, and I was just a little bit pissed off really, and I didn't really want to put a US 05 in there, because you don't really need it for the Cerveza. So yeah, you know, it's all about the yeast, folks, isn't it? So, you know, if you're going to use a Cooper's, I mean, especially on this one, like Golden Lager, okay, now I could use a US 04 or a US 05 on this yeast, but I will probably use a US 05, because I know that I get decent lager style beers when I do that. Obviously it's not lager because I'm not using a lager yeast and I'm not doing the lagering. In my opinion, I have done that, folks. I have spent a lot of time lagering a lager up. It's just not worth it. I prefer the lagers to have a little bit of ale-ness in there. That's not even a word, is it? But you know what I mean. It's really not worth it, in my opinion, to do all that arson about with the lager at such low temperatures. It's just, you know, and you have to wait a hell of a long time for it as well. Now, speaking of beers and ciders and alcohol, I'm going to take a couple of weeks off of doing any brewing, folks, and doing any drinking, because I've just been on the beer on and off for quite a long time now, and I haven't had a rest, and I think it's always good, isn't it, to forgive me, I'm sweating, we're in the conservatory. It's always good to just have a little break every now and then, you know, just for a couple of weeks, to give your body and your liver enough time to recover from the alcohol. Yeah, so there probably won't be another video for a few weeks, so don't worry, I've not gone anywhere. I might just do a sort of quick pop-up hello video just to say hello and stuff. Let you know how I'm getting on with the not drinking. It may or may not work, that's the theory anyway. But if you guys have got any ideas what to do with this golden ale, that might be my next big beer. Now I might just do it like this, or I might chuck some extra hops in there. Don't know yet. Depends really, depends how I feel, and depends what you guys reckon. Let me know what you think. Now, as you know, I'm not massive on hops, but I did do an Ashes ale following the Cooper's instructions a while ago, and that that went down really well at the barbecue as well. That's all pretty much gone, I think, and that went down really well, and people didn't realise it was a kit with basically some hoppy additions, and it was only, I think it was about 3.5%, so it wasn't a strong ale, but then ales, you know, are not very strong anyway, are they? The good ones, you know, sort of 3.5%, 4%. So yeah, let us know what you think with that particular one. Is it good on its own? I've never done it before. I don't know. Does it need any additions? Do you think I'll enjoy it as it is? Leave me some messages down below. I always welcome your suggestions, folks. What else have I got to say for this week? Pretty much it, other than I should be back on Saturday with the cast, probably in the Conservatory of Doom. I suspect I've got to clear out the Conservatory of Doom with all of the drinks that people have left behind on Saturday, so it's a bit of a mess out here at the moment. It's all, sadly, it's all soft drinks. There's loads of soft drinks sitting behind the camera here. There's a few spirits and things, but nothing too exciting really. Yeah, so that's all for now, folks. What else? Was there anything else I was going to say? I think that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you on the next video, whenever that may be, probably in a couple of weeks or so. once I've given my liver enough time to recover. That is unless, of course, I go back to the drink, because I'm getting frustrated now with going to the job centre, not finding any work, not getting any interviews, and just the whole thing is, you know, getting me down a little bit. But I'm fighting, folks. I am fighting not to let it get me down again to the level where I just want to jump under a bus or something. You know what I mean? I am fighting. I might not win, but I'll have a bloody good go at it. So, see you on the next video, chaps. Hopefully things will be a bit brighter then, and I'll have a lot more to say. So, ta-ra for now, and I'll see you on the next one.